Inazuma challenger. Hey! Now, not even 30 seconds after the intro ends, we see a school get bulldozed by a bus, and the reason was because they lost a football match. This ain't no joke. In comes Mark Evans, the energetic protagonist and captain of Rhyme 11, who don't even have 11 players, more like Rhyme 7. Mark is training with KFC when a bunch of hooligans start harassing him, and as the hooligans miskick the ball, a spiky head boy comes in and saves the day with his flaming kick, making them run away like Team Rocket. It is revealed the next day that the spiky head boy is called Axel Blaze and he has transferred to Rhyme Junior High. Mark tries to convince him to join, but he quit playing football a year ago. Steve then tells Mark that the principal wants to see him. As the principal tells him that they have an exhibition match against Roll Academy, you know, the crazy team at the start, they're literally the best team in Japan. Mark is excited until the chairman's daughter Nelly Rymon tells Mark that if Rymon doesn't field 11 players or lose the match, they have to disband, giving Mark the hardest challenge of his life. So he wastes no time recruiting 4 new members to the team: track and field member Nathan, good at every sport Max, Shadow Man Jim, and nerd guy who can't actually play football, Willie. So on match day, everyone gathers at the pitch for the reveal of Royal Academy, with their manager Ray Dark and captain Jude Sharp front and center. Rymon start the game but just get thrashed. Royal Academy initiate their special technique Death Zone, leaving Mark helpless. Royal then start bullying Rymon, purposefully smashing them with the ball until Willie has had enough and runs off the pitch like a little. But that's when Axel throws away his pride and enters the field wearing Willie's number 10 shirt. Match resumes and Royal hits another Death Zone, but after the boost Axel gave him, Mark unleashes his own technique called God Hand, stopping the all-powerful move before throwing it to Axel as he unleashes his technique Fire Tornado, scoring the only goal for Rymon. But that was enough as Royal seems satisfied and withdraws from the match, giving Rymon the victory by forfeit. Whilst everyone is celebrating, Axel lets them know that this was a one-time thing only and leaves the scene. But this is just a start for Rhyme 11. Nelly comes in to tell Rymon that if they win against a team called the Cult, they can play in the Football Frontier qualifiers, getting them all pumped up. Mark sees Axel walking towards a hospital and follows him like a creep. Axel catches on but then reveals that his sister has been in a coma for a whole year, and that is the reason why he stopped playing football. Whilst Rymon is training, Axel watches at a distance until Nelly approaches him and tells Axel that his sister wouldn't want him acting like this. Also, Kevin LeJack and Crash. Match day arrives, but it's a surprise to everyone when Axel decides to join the team. A Cult appear in a gloomy manner as the match kicks off. Wolfie instantly hits the technique Phantom Shoot, but it's easily dealt with by Mark's God Hand. Rymon counter with Kevin's own technique Dragon Crash, giving Rymon the early lead, and then he scores another as Mask towers over the ball. It's all looking good until the coach decides to pull out some judge, stopping the whole of Rymon in their tracks, allowing them to grab a quick goal. Kevin tries to go on his own again, but Mask pulls out his technique Warp Space, saving his shot. Talisman stuns the field again, allowing him another free goal, making the score 2-2, and he does it again to give a Cult the lead. It's all looking bleak for Rymon until Mark breaks the lock, learning his new technique, Neketsu Punch, as Axel and Kevin combine to form their own duel move, Dragon Tornado, scoring twice and winning the game 4-3, giving Rymon a place in the Football Frontier qualifiers. Rymon end up drawing Wild Junior High for the first round of the Football Frontier qualifiers, but straight after, a new student called Bobby ends up joining the team. It is revealed that not only is their Rymon coach working for Royal Academy, but also Bobby is a spy sent from Royal Academy as he's relaying info to their captain Jude Sharp. Rymon end up practicing to master the legendary technique Inazuma drop, leaving unable to do so. Axel and Jack then try and perfect the technique, but Jack is afraid of heights and can't seem to complete it. Game day hits as the Wild team literally look like a bunch of animals, and as both teams kick off, Kevin instantly tries to pass it to Axel so he can volley it home, but Wild Captain Chicken jumps higher than him, clearing the ball away. Cheating then passes it to Eagle as he instantly uses technique Condor Dive, but it was disguised as a pass as Gorilla comes in with his technique Tarzan Kick. Mark was caught off guard but still managed to use Neketsu Punch, blocking the shot. Axel and Jack try to use Inazuma drop, but once again Jack is too afraid, breaking up the technique. Rymon gets pelted with shots, but Mark fends them off just enough for half time to hit, giving Rymon a lucky escape. Second half begins and Jack is already looking worn out. Mark has to pull out all the stops to save everything coming at him. Rymon feels Mark's energy and starts to play for the badge, and as Jack sees this, he finally overcomes his fear, and then with him and Axel, they master the legendary Inazuma drop, scoring the only goal of the game, giving Ryman a 1-0 lead, sending them through to the next round. Ryman are training when two mysterious figures interrupt their session. They turn out to be Ryman's next opponents, Brainwashing Junior High's ace striker Arata and their captain Felt, who's a goalkeeper. Arata ends up 1v1ing Mark and surprises the whole team when he copies Axel's fire tornado, scoring against Mark, leaving the whole team in dismay. And when Axel comes to 1v1 Felt, he uses fire tornado but instantly gets saved by his technique shot pocket. Next day, Nelly shows Ryman the secret facility where the legendary Inazuma 11 used to train, so Ryman ends up practicing hard to beat Brainwashing Junior High. Match day hits as Axel lays off to Kevin for kickoff, who pops a dragon crash but is weakened by 4 defenders, making it a simple catch for Felt. Axel goes forward and hits fire tornado, but Felt uses shot pocket and barely manages to save it due to the intense training they endured. Kevin gets the rebound and together they combine to use dragon tornado, and once again Felt barely saves it. But that's not all, as Jack and Axel combine to use Inazuma drop, but this is when Felt uses his new technique Rocket Kabushi, saving it with ease. Arata takes a shot at Mark as he uses Neketsu punch, but the ball slips away to Seri, who heads it home, making it 1-0 to Brainwashing Junior High as the ref blows for half-time. Second half starts and Arata pops his new technique Patriot shot, but Mark and Axel combine to counter the shot from their own goal, getting the equalizing goal for Ryman Junior High. Willie calls it Inazuma 1. Ryman shows off their intense training as Kevin and Axel uses Dragon Tornado again, but this time it prevailed against Felt, giving Ryman a 2-1 lead, ending the game and giving Brainwashing new life as Ryman yet again progressed to the next round. In the semi-finals, it is revealed that Ryman will be going up against Otaku Junior High, a team literally infested with otakus. They literally stay in a maid cafe. I think that's all you need to know about them. Otaku is regarded as the worst team in the football frontier, but they use cheap tactics and dirty moves to drag their way into the semis. So match kicks off and they immediately take the lead with a crazy ass technique, let me not lie to you. Kevin tries to shoot with Dragon Crash, but the Otaku defenders create dust to blur his vision, and as the dust cleared, the ball somehow ended up behind the goal. It is then revealed by Willie that the goalkeeper has been moving the goal whilst his defenders blur the forward's vision. Willie then enters prime Ronaldo mode and uses his aura to scare away the defenders, combining with Kevin to use a duel technique called Spectacle Crash, making it 1-1, but unfortunately he got stretched off the pitch. RIP Willie. Kevin ends up giving Ryman another goal, sealing them the victory and giving them a place in the finals of the Football Frontier qualifiers. Since Ryman will be playing Royal Academy in the final for their epic rematch, Ray Dark orders Ryman's coach to tamper with the bus, getting rid of the brakes. Bobby catches on, and instead of helping him as a spy, he redeems himself by giving Ryman a warning through letter about the coach. Then he finds out and tests to see if the letter was real, and then it was revealed that the coach was a spy all along. Nelly fired him, but he didn't leave without revealing that Bobby was also a spy from Royal Academy. However, Mark and Co accepted Bobby and forgave him for what he had done, making him truly become a member of Ryman 11. Oh yeah, and Ray Dark basically disowned the ex-Ryman coach. We love to see it. Since Ryman have no coach, they go and look for one. They end up going to one of the legendary Inazuma 11 players, Hibiki. He declines them quick time though. It takes Mark showing him God Hand to convince him to actually take the offer of being coach, since Mark's granddad was Hibiki's old coach. As Ryman are traveling to Royal Academy's ground to play them, Drew talks to Ray Dark, pleading that he doesn't try any underhanded tactics, that Royal want a fair game. But obviously Ray Dark doesn't listen at all, as he probably does the most insane thing known to man. Jude quickly tells Mark and Ryman to not step inside the starter circle. Everyone is confused, but Mark trusts Jude and does what he says, and as soon as the ref blows his whistle, the roof of Royal Academy starts raining down into the center circle, pretty much guaranteeing death to anyone who was in it. Ray Dark is then arrested because of such acts, but smiles at the end, suggesting things aren't quite over. The finals against Ryman and Royal finally kick off as Axel and Kevin quickly use Dragon Tornado against King, but he uses his technique Power Shield and saves the shot with ease. Jude then unleashes Royal's new technique Emperor Penguin number 2, easily breaking past Mark's God Hand, making it 1-0 to Royal Academy, giving Royal the lead at half-time. As the second half begins, Royal start applying heavy pressure on Ryman as they use Death Zone, only for Bobby to put his face on the line to save the shot, injuring him in the process. Mark feels out of it until Axel uses an antidote called Fire Tornado and kicks the sense into him, making him feel brand new. Jude and Sanford combine to use their new technique called Twin Boost, but Mark doesn't give up as he uses his new technique called Blazing Knuckle, repelling the shot away. Kevin shoots a Dragon Crash straight at Power Shield, but Axel realizes that Power Shield is weak against close range shots, so he uses Fire Tornado directly in front of the shield, making the score 1-1. Royal come again with Emperor Penguin number 2, but this time Mark channels all his energy into Gun Hand, using 2 hands instead of 1, saving the ultimate shot. And as Axel and Jack jump up to use Inazuma drop, Mark also jumps with them, creating a new trio move called Inazuma 1 drop, breaking past full Power Shield and giving Ryman the victory, sending them through to the official football frontier. Oh yeah, and Celia and Jude are siblings. Jude already knew, but Celia just remembered. W family. So another member of the legendary Inazuma 11 comes to Coach Hibiki's shop, and Mark convinces them both to let Raimon train with the full Inazuma 11 team. At first they don't feel it, but as the game goes on, the legendary Inazuma 11 start playing with their heart, showing off their special techniques, and even giving Axel and Nathan the formula to use their old technique called Fire Rooster, boosting Raimon's strength massively. At the start of this episode, nothing really happens. They fix up the football shed, Nathan trains with the track team, but unfortunately Nellie's dad, Sonny Raimon, has been put in the hospital, and what's even worse is that Ray Dark looks like he's planning something big. Raimon end up going to the football frontier opening ceremony with all the other schools competing. Royal is there because they are the current champions, so they got an instant spot. Don't even know why they're in the qualifiers in the first place, to be honest. In the first round of the football frontier, Raimon are up against a team called Shuriken, a ninja based team, so basically Naruto FC. They excel in confusing their opponents with cunning disguises and after images. They pretty much dominate Raimon as Cloak uses the technique Dirt Ball to give Shuriken an early lead. They keep shooting at Mark as he ends up injuring himself at half time, yet he still opts to play the second half. Cloak ends up using Dirt Ball again, but this time Nathan comes in to save the day as he blocks the shot last minute. Him and Axel then go up to use their technique Fire Rooster, giving Raimon a crucial goal in the second half to make it 1-1. Raimon pushed for a winner as Nathan passes it to Axel, who unleashes his technique Fire Tornado, getting past the Shuriken GK and winning the match 2-1, advancing Raimon to the next round. Oh, and Mark's hand's been checked and he's all good. As Raimon are trading, Celia breaks the news that Royal Academy got absolutely destroyed 10-0 in the first round by a new team called Zeus. Jude arrived late to witness his team defeated and crushed, leaving Mark furious as he ventured to Royal Academy as Jude awaited, beat down and hurt, but it's Mark who talked some sense into him, giving Jude the confidence that he needed. Even Axel gave Jude some help by practicing with him, giving him a taste of Fire Tornado, as that is the best antidote for sadness. And towards the end of the episode, as Raimon are about to face Farm Junior High, Coach Hibiki delays the start of the match for someone, leaving the whole Raimon team confused until he arrives, the new member of Raimon Junior High, Jude Sharp. So the match starts and immediately Raimon can't adjust to this new setup as they keep misplacing passes. Giving Jude the time to analyze the team, Farm gets through on goal and uses their technique Shine Drive, blinding Mark and giving Farm the lead. Jude quickly tells all the Raimon players that he will command the team, as Raimon spring into action with new life under his command. And as Kevin releases a Dragon Crash, Ayano uses his technique Wood Chopper to save it with complete ease. Farm unleashed their killer defensive technique called Kagome Kagome, but Jude anticipates this and intercepts the ball, passing it to Kevin as he and Axel combine to use Dragon Tornado, but Ayano unleashes his ultimate goalkeeping technique called Infinite Wall, once again saving the goal with ease as the first half ends. Second half begins as Axel and Jack combine to use Inazuma Drop, but once again Ayano saves it with Infinite Wall. Axel and Nathan then give it a shot with Fire Rooster, but once again it is no match for Ayano's Infinite Wall. Jude then gives a weird call to let Mark run free as him and Axel combine to use Inazuma 1, but once again proves ineffective as Ayano saves it. Raimon feel defeated, but Mark gives them his typical Mark pep talk, boosting up the morale. Jude, Axel, Mark then create a new trio technique called Inazuma Break, breaking past Infinite Wall, finally giving Raimon a goal. And as soon as Farm was shaken up, Kevin used Dragon Crash, giving Raimon the winner and sending them to the semi-finals of the football frontier. But before the episode ends, Sylvia gets a mysterious caller. As Raimon are practicing, a mysterious boy watches them, and as the ball randomly bounces toward him, he starts sprinting and dribbles past Rat and Steve of Raimon before hitting his technique spinning shot, which Mark barely saves with God Hand, leaving them both impressed. It is revealed that this mysterious boy is Bobby and Sylvia's childhood friend from America, Eric Eagle, who somehow faked his death as a child. Yeah, I don't understand that as well. Eric agrees to join Raimon as him, Bobby and Mark practice a technique called Try Pegasus that Eric used to try back in America, but they're unable to master it until Sylvia stands in front of them whilst doing the move, which makes them complete their legendary trio technique as they all hug at the end, until they get the info from Celia that Raimon will be up against Axel's former team Kirkwood, leaving him stunned. Episode 20 starts with a team being absolutely destroyed by some mysterious godly-like figure, as Kirkwood's Ace Trio, the Murdoch brothers, watch on. As Raimon's Mark, June and Axel are enjoying life, the Murdoch brothers start to harass Mark, leading to Axel jumping in to be by Mark's side, but the Murdoch brothers just direct the hate towards Axel, calling him a coward for leaving them in the finals to lose against Royal Academy. Mark has had enough and challenges the trio to a game, as all three of them use their techniques Back Tornado, leaving Mark helpless. They end up combining together to use their ultimate technique Triangle Z, breaking past Mark with complete ease, as they keep talking Oh, I wish I could punch them up. Oh yeah, and Eric's old buddy from America plays for Kirkwood. His name's Malcolm Knight, and he's actually pretty nice. Next day begins as the match starts and Kirkwood hits a back tornado and instantly takes the lead against Raimon Junior High, as the triplets still keep talking They hit another tornado, but Mark saves it with God hand. I don't know why I didn't just use that in the first place, but alright. As the Kirkwood trio advance, Judy instructs Axel and Kevin to go wide to create space for Mark, Eric and Bobby as they unleash their technique Tri-Pegasus, leveling up the game one apiece. Murdoch brothers smile it off though, as they end up using their own technique, Triangle Z, retaking the lead, leaving Mark perplexed. As Eric, Bobby and Mark go up to use another Tri-Pegasus, Malcolm uses Spinning Cut, successfully stopping them from using the move. Kevin and Axel then use Dragon Tornado, but the Kirkwood keeper saves it. But that doesn't stop Axel as he pounces on the loose ball, leveling up the game once again, scoring against his former club. Rama and Kirkwood then battle it out for a place in the finals, and in the dying moments, Kirkwood used Triangle Z once again, but Rat and Jack come to help Mark as they successfully save their ultimate shot. And at the other end, Mark, Eric and Bobby are about to use Tri-Pegasus, and Mark uses Spinning Cut in hopes that it would stop them, but the trio run right through it, creating a new technique called the Phoenix, giving Raimon the lead and sending Raimon to the Football Frontier finals for the first time in 50 plus years. As Raimon are at Hibiki's ramen shop, it is revealed that Ray Dark has been involved in a lot of footballing crimes, including the accident of Axel's sister which put her in a coma, leaving him shocked. And towards the end of the episode, we see an angelic player hit a crazy shot as Ray Dark watches on in the distance. Whilst Raimon is practicing, a weird angelic figure comes to disturb their practice. It is revealed that he is the captain of Zeus Junior High, Afrodi. He came to give Raimon a chance to surrender, since he strongly believes that they will lose comfortably. Mark obviously refuses to surrender and challenges him to a duel, which obviously doesn't go well. He tries to get up and ask for more, but Afrodi literally just vanishes into thin air. Throughout the day, Raimon trained to their limits as it was finally time to face Zeus in the finals, and as they approach the stadium, you know what, just watch this. Yes, there's a floating stadium. No, this is not a joke. As the Raimon and Zeus match is about to kick off, Raimon caught a glimpse of Zeus drinking some water before the match. Bit suspicious, but we move. Kickoff finally begins as Aphrodite gets the ball and uses his technique Heaven's Time that literally slows the hell out of time and spawns a cyclone right after. Legit walks all the way to the goal spamming Heaven's Time until he gets to Mark as he uses his godly technique God Knows, making it 1-0 to Zeus already, leaving the whole of Raimon absolutely shocked. Kevin and Axel try to use Dragon Tornado, but Poseidon ends up using his technique Tsunami Wall, brushing aside the pitful attempt. They tried to score so many times, but Poseidon is just way too strong for any of their techniques, as the meter runs up the field and uses his technique Reflect Buster, making it 2-0 to Zeus and seriously damaging Raimon's hopes of bringing the cup back home. Raimon tries so hard, but once again they get brushed aside as Hera uses Divine Arrows, making it 3-0 to Zeus, and after that they just start bullying Raimon, hurting them in every way possible. Even Willie got a taste of Mega Quake, and in all of the chaos, Mark is left on the ground, helpless. Raimon was done, but the whole team found itself back on its feet, still believing in themselves to win this tie. But once again, Zeus absolutely destroys Raimon, leaving them on the ground to suffer. Hera pops yet another Divine Arrows, but Mark tries an unmastered technique and barely saves it, keeping it 3-0. But as the watch hit 15, Aphrodite kicks the ball out so that his whole team can have another sip of this water, leaving Celia, Sylvia and Nelly extremely suspicious of the fact. So they go to the back end of the stadium to find out that Zeus have been drinking power enhanced liquid to boost all their stats. And as they return to try and tell the team, the whole of Raimon is on the floor, defeated. And that's the video over. Yeah, obviously I'm joking. Mark and Cole stand back up once again, and as Byron was about to hit another God Knows, the ref blew his whistle for half time. The girls tell Raimon about the secret to Zeus's power, leaving everyone annoyed, but they continue playing anyways, as Mark switches his goalkeeper gloves for his granddad's ones. The second half started the way the first half ended, Zeus completely nullifying and crushing Raimon, but as Mark kept getting back up, Aphrodite started to get frustrated as he unleashed that frustration onto Mark, but Mark still never gave up. Aphrodite stopped the ball and unleashed his strongest God Knows to date, but everyone believes in Mark as he reaches to his heart and unleashes his greatest technique to date, Margin the Goat Hand, stopping Aphrodite's God Knows and starting Raimon's counterattack. Jude and Axel then unleashed their new technique called Quim Boost F, as Raimon went on to score 3 with that technique without response. And for the final moments, Mark, Eric and Bobby initiate the Phoenix as Axel combines his Fire Tornado with it, delivering a massive Phoenix to Poseidon, giving Raimon the lead. As the whistle blew, they had done it. Raimon had defeated the gods and placed themselves at the top of Japan. Ray Dark got arrested again. Surely no team in this country could even stand a chance against this team, right? Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hold up. What? Aliens?